Welcome to this video that's going to give you clarity on how thoughts transition into things by using some pretty simple science. What you will learn will not only evolve your thinking, but better than that, what you learn can be used to transform any part of your life, or all of it. It's completely up to you. Hi, my name's Anita. I'm the CEO and founder of Evolving Humankind, a company dedicated to helping individuals and companies create their future realities and achieve their goals. How is that possible? My latest book, The Universe is Your Search Engine, a user's guide to the science of attraction, spells it all out. But this video is your shortcut to get the answer on how thoughts turn into your reality. My career spans more than 30 years in education and leadership roles in corporate America across well-known brands. I've led development workshops for more than 10 years and have an executive MBA from Pepperdine. I've been humbled and honored to receive prestigious awards like the Silicon Valley Business Journal's Women of Influence and Still I Rise Phenomenal Women. Now, I share this seriously not to toot my own horn, but because it's taken all of these elements across a lot of years to be in the position of cracking the code on one of the most powerful laws of physics, the law of attraction. Up until now, understanding how it works on a literal, scientific level has been a missing piece of the puzzle. The law of attraction is the machine working behind the scenes that's returning your quality of life. But it doesn't control what's returned. You do. But in order to wield that power, you first need to know how it works. Take understanding how anything works, like a new cell phone. If you don't understand how to turn it on, or right versus left swiping, or clicking one button versus clicking multiple buttons, then while the capabilities of that device are truly remarkable, without fully understanding how it works, you're unable to harness its full power. You're actually wasting a lot of its functionality. The same holds true here when you don't understand why you keep living the same circumstances or why you seem to struggle. Not knowing how the law of attraction works makes it really difficult, if not impossible, to effectively leverage it. But that's all about to change. By the end of this video, you'll have blazing clarity on the science that shows you exactly and literally how your thoughts transform into real-life experiences. Let's begin by considering a new concept. What if the universe had a search engine that functioned like Google, except it used your thoughts in place of keywords, and instead of content, the universe's search engine returned real-life experiences, like love, in the form of a more connected marriage, or a better relationship with your child, or health and wealth, and absolutely anything you desired, including material things. If a technology like this existed, would you be interested in knowing how it worked? Or better yet, learning how to harness its power to return your best life? This technology isn't a secret. It's science, and it's been available since the beginning of time, and you've been using it mostly unknowingly for your entire lifetime. And in fact, it's responsible for returning the life you have today. To see what the universe's search engines returned, take a look around. Likely you have a loving family, a career, a comfortable home, and so on. There are two components at play here. First is the physics aspect, how precisely the law of attraction functions as a universe's search engine. And second, the science of thought that shows you how your thoughts are literal things. Once we have that framework built, then we'll showcase exactly how your very own thoughts transition into experiences. Diving into the first component, the universe's search engine is the electromagnetic spectrum, or what we call the frequency highway. It's the conduit that brings together matching frequencies, and this highway is available across the entire planet. The frequency highway is what enables all wireless technology to work by picking up signals or frequencies and carrying them in search of a frequency match. When a match is found, an experience is returned. For example, take your garage remote. When clicked, the remote emits a signal that the frequency highway picks up in search of a frequency match. When a match is found, in your garage door opener, an experience occurs in the form of your garage door opening. Now, that same remote doesn't open your neighbor's garage, and it doesn't turn your TV on or off because there isn't a frequency match. There must be a frequency match between both for an experience to occur. Let's turn our attention now to see how the frequency highway relates directly to the law of attraction. First, the law of attraction is the magnetic power of the universe that draws similar energies together. Let's take a look at the frequency highway and law of attraction side by side. Are you noticing that the frequency highway brings together matching frequencies and the law of attraction draws similar energies together? Here's where we've cracked the code because, in actuality, the frequency highway and the law of attraction are one and the same. It's just a matter of differing semantics. Both function as the universe's search engine by picking up, searching for, and returning frequency matches in the form of life experiences. Now let's delve into the second component, which is figuring out how thoughts are literal things. Basically, how thoughts replace keywords. We start with a few scientific terms and definitions. Everything with a physical substance is called matter, which includes tables, chairs, plants, and you. The basic building blocks of matter are atoms. Atoms are made up of pure energy in the form of subatomic particles that are constantly exploding with energy. Those explosions create vibrations that produce a constant state of motion, which generate electromagnetic waves. These electromagnetic waves continually emit information outwards, away from matter, similar to how a pebble dropped in water creates ripples that cascade outwards. These scientific principles apply to all matter, inanimate or not. So let's apply them to you. Each thought you have fires neurons, and those firing neurons produce electromagnetic waves that emit information outwards, just like matter. The difference is electromagnetic waves produced by firing neurons have frequencies that vary according to what you're thinking about. As an imaginary sample here, you'll see the positive thoughts produce high-frequency waves with waves that are closer together. And on the other hand, negative thoughts produce lower frequencies with waves that are further apart. Okay, that was a lot of information coming at you in a short period of time. It may have felt like mental gymnastics, so let's pause for a sanity check. I really want you to get this because the power of it can change everything. So let's do a brief recap. The two components we talked about were the universe's search engine and the science of thoughts. For the first component, we learned how the law of attraction and the frequency highway are one and the same, both functioning as the universe's search engine by picking up frequencies or energies, choose your semantics, searching for frequency matches, and returning matches in the form of real life experiences, like the example I used of opening your garage door. For the second component, we learned the science of thought and how firing neurons produce electromagnetic waves that broadcast outwards. The frequency of those emissions vary depending on what you're thinking about, with positive thoughts producing high frequencies and negative thoughts emitting low frequencies. Before showcasing how your thoughts rendezvous with the universe's search engine to return real-life experiences, well, I know you already know this instinctually. Still, I want to call out that life experiences have frequencies too. For instance, finding love, landing that perfect job, getting a big check. We call those positive experiences, and that's because they have positive frequencies, which make you feel good. By the same token, you know when you're having a negative frequency experience because it's something that makes you feel bad. For instance, a fight, a flat tire, an unexpected bill, and so on. Experiences have frequencies too. With the foundation built, let's go to a couple of applicable examples to showcase how your thoughts turn into your reality. For the first example, let's say you're thinking about wealth in the form of sitting down to pay your bills, and as you do, the whole time you're thinking about how wonderful it is that you have plenty of money to pay all of your bills. The universe's search engine picks up those positive thoughts as emitted frequencies from firing neurons and searches for a frequency match to wealth. Soon a matching frequency life experience is returned in the form of a raise. For the next example, well, let's stay with the same example, but let's take the opposite polarity and say you're thinking about lack in the form of also sitting down to pay your bills. But in this scenario, the whole time you're thinking about how awful it is that you never have enough money to pay your bills, how things are always coming up, and so on. The universe's search engine picks up those emitted negative frequency thoughts, searches for a frequency match to lack, and returns an experience in the form of your rent increasing. It's important to note that in either example, the universe's search engine returned matches to what you searched for. Of course, no one intentionally searches for the rent increase. But what you focus on expands, so what tends to happen is, instead of focusing on what you want, you're focusing on the absence of it. The frequency of what you want and the absence of it are opposite in polarity. For instance, I want to be wealthy focuses on what you do want. On the other hand, I don't want to be broke focuses on what you don't want. Both the universe's search engine and your broadcasting thoughts are a constant, and the life you have today is the return of past thoughts for what you've searched for and the matches that the universe's search engine's returned. Besides focusing on what you want instead of the absence of it, there are a lot of things you can do to harness the power of the universe's search engine. I'll give you one more example. If there's something you've been wishing for or wanting for a long time, maybe a new home, a mate, a family, a job, car, getting healthy, or something else, but it hasn't shown up yet, it's likely you're stuck in a groove. Literally, where repetitive thoughts over time have created deep grooves, reshaping your brain and causing you to continuously think the same things over and over again, to the tune of 90% of your thoughts being the same ones you had yesterday, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza. Those repetitive thoughts broadcast, and the universe's search engine picks up every one of your emissions and returns 90% of the same experiences as the day before, giving the appearance that nothing's ever changing. When this happens, you sense it as being stuck. As it relates to being stuck in a groove, you could say I'm the poster child. You see, programmatic training in my youth created deep patterns of thought that caused me to spend half my life waiting to die. The entire story is captured in my first book, Greater Than Grateful, but in short, here's how that came to be. Here I am when I was 7. That's when my family changed religions into what many have called a cult that brought with it a belief that the world was going to end, first in 1975, then in 1978, and thereafter the end was imminent. Several times a week, I saw vivid imagery of the world's demise, where men, women, and children were running for their lives as fire and brimstone rained down. It made quite the impression on a 7-year-old me. All the wicked people would be destroyed, and while I didn't believe I was wicked, I didn't know if I was good enough, but I did have a strong sense that I wasn't better than. So my expectation was I'd die when Armageddon came. Fast forward 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I'm a 27-year-old divorced single mom with no college. I'm working a dead-end job, earning a meager wage. Each night I come home exhausted from a full day on my feet, and I'd lie on the couch while my son played outside. Many nights I wished more for us. But there was this one night in particular when it finally occurred to me that I was still alive, which made me ask some what-if questions, like, what if I get to live for another year? What if the world isn't going to end? And what if my life is a gift? Asking those what-if questions dissolved that pattern of thought. And that changed everything. Since that time, I've earned 3 degrees. I've been happily married for more than 20 years and have a beautiful family and home, and I'm doing what I love. Since asking those what-if questions, I've used the power of my thoughts to control what the universe's search engine returned in order to live my best life. Now, to tie this whole discussion together, I have a final concept, and that is, everything that is was a thought first. For instance, pick any chair in your home. Before the chair became yours, it was at a store. And before that, it was at the manufacturer. And before that, it was on a blueprint. And before that, it was in someone's head as a thought. Since your thoughts are what bring forth your future experiences, and since everything that is must be a thought first, then it follows that we can harness the power of evolved thinking and laws of physics to create future realities according to what we define as important. That's what evolved thought consciousness is. With all of this, you may be starting to understand the importance of getting clear about what your dream life looks like. Since everything that is was a thought first, in order for the universe's search engine to return your dream life, you first need to know what that looks like. And once you know, then you can spend focused time broadcasting it. That's how, in fact, you go about creating your future reality. I hope you're as excited about learning these amazing principles as I am about sharing them with you. You now understand the science behind the law of attraction and the science of thought and how, together, they return your quality of life. Actively harnessing the power of your thoughts to better manage what the universe's search engine returns is a completely new way of thinking. It's an evolved way of thinking. So I have a question for you. Do you think you can successfully harness the power of your thoughts to control what the universe's search engine returns in order to live your best life? For starters, my book helps with that. If you like what you learned today and found the information helpful and interesting, then you'll find the book fascinating. As a user's guide, there's a workbook included to support principle application, plus a bonus exercise, plus 4 free online challenges to reinforce concepts and build muscle memory. Here are a few quotes about my book. Dana Look Arimoto, best-selling author of Stop Settling, thanks me for simplifying the intangible and adds, understanding how the universe actually works and adopting the lessons will change readers' lives instantly. Valerie Morgnet, founder of Intelligent Story, said it has the power to awaken and uplift others, stating it's a practical approach and powerful. And Asami Yamada Samples calls my book her Bible, stating it changed the way she sees everything, and then everything changed. You can learn more at AnitaMScott.com and purchase your copy at these locations online. The softcover is $14.99 plus shipping and handling, and the ebook is just $3.99. As we've covered, ingrained patterns of behavior and thought are what hold us back from becoming a match to our desired state. Because breaking away from these worn-in grooves is challenging at a minimum, I've also developed trademark trainings specialized in helping individuals and companies get further, faster in creating their future realities and achieving their goals. For more information, visit my website at AnitaMScott.com. Besides getting a hold of my books there, you can find out where I'm speaking next, register for the powerful digital courses, or learn more about thought consciousness corporate training. And if you haven't already done so, be sure to join my Instagram at Anita M. Scott or my LinkedIn or Facebook page. You can go to any one of these now and add me or bookmark me so we don't lose touch. Thank you for your time, attention, and interest in this fascinating subject. I hope what you heard today has caused you to begin thinking differently. I'm leaving you with a final reminder that the universe is your search engine, using your thoughts instead of keywords, and returning real-life experiences instead of content. Knowing this, the future is yours to create. Happy searching!